Thanks for staying with us. One of the stories we've been watching throughout the morning, of course, charges now are being laid against the owner of a KwaZulu-Natal guest house who refused to accommodate black visitors. KwaZulu-Natal's tourism MEC, KwaZulu-Natal, wants Andre Slade prosecuted for criminal injury, tax evasion and operating an illegal business. Our reporter Dasen Thathiah was with marchers who gathered in KwaZulu-Natal this morning. He also attended a meeting that was addressed by the MEC. Let's take you live to him. Good morning to you, Dasen. Firstly, just give us a sense of what happened with that march.
Hi, Kathy. So it was the ANC's Youth League that was marching here, and they planned to meet MEC Sihle MEC for Tourism in KZN, who was also here for a couple of reasons, largely the reason of the Sodwana guest house owner, who's been accused of racism after an email refusing black patrons accommodation at his place. So the MEC started his day off with a meeting with other business owners in Sodwana Bay, and most of them, I must say, have disowned Slade completely, and they say that is not the general feeling in Sodwana Bay, and that his behavior is not a reflection of how other business owners operate in the area. And Sihle also reassured the community and told them that this is the time for transformation, and that he's going to be pushing to see more black businesses emerging in the hospitality sector as well. So later on in the day, he also came out here to the actual guest house in question, and that was where the Youth League met him to deliver a memorandum, asking for a number of things, and largely focused on the issue of transformation with the issues of land, as well as the issues of the tourism sector, and not having blacks purely as workers, but rather as owners. But I think, Kathy, the highlight of the morning was the appearance of Andre Slade while that event was happening here outside his property. And he appeared very quietly within the gates of his property. And a couple of us journalists decided to approach him. And when we chatted to him, he was completely unfazed by all of the commotion that was taking place right outside his doorstep. In fact, he was unrepentant completely, and kept insisting that there are major differences between blacks and whites.
What has been his response, Dasen, to the opening of charges against him, but also the fact that his operating license has now been suspended?
Slade believes that he is completely beyond reproach because he feels that he doesn't live in a society, or rather he feels he's not governed by the laws of the country. He feels that he's governed by what he calls God's law, and he makes several references to the Bible and how he lives his life, as well as his girlfriend, Katrina, was also with him today, how they live their lives in accordance with God's law. And he feels that he can't be called before court unless there's a jury. And we've explained to him that there isn't a jury system in South Africa, but he feels that is under those are the only circumstances in which he would be willing to appear in court. He doesn't seem to understand that it's not a case of being willing to appear in court, but rather, being summoned to. But he, like I mentioned, his demeanor was completely calm. He was actually, in several respects, quite polite to journalists, which I think shocked many. And he was willing to engage. In fact, his girlfriend also went as far as to give out her name and her cell phone number to reporters who were there. But what was, I think, most surprising was that he feels that he's fighting the same battle as his neighbors. And his neighbors here, where we are predominantly black. And he feels that he's fighting the same battles in terms of land and so on. And he feels that he's standing in solidarity with them.
All right, that's where we'll leave it for this afternoon. Dasen Thathiah, he's in Sodwana Bay for us this afternoon.